This is one of those days when I'm so glad we're working indoors with air conditioning.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of those days this time of year, don't we, Tom?
That's right. People complain it's cold in here. Step outside for a while and you'll be running back here. Right now, we are quiet. Still watching some storms, though, developing just to the west of downtown. Let me show this to you. First of all, with a live shot of downtown Orlando, and it is very, very quiet. We're looking eastbound there, and you can see just a few fair weather cumulus clouds denoting very quiet weather. Our sea breeze is just about to roll through the metro area. That normally sparks storms, but so far it has not. Let me show you what it looks like right now. We are all quiet. The actual sea breeze is almost I-4. It's going to keep pushing past the metro area. These storms out to the west have been picking up a little bit as far as their coverage, and still quite a few storms just to the east of Ocala down to the villages. Leesburg, you could get some thunder here in the next hour, and I think we'll fill in mainly west of downtown Orlando with some more storms. Right now it's still hot, 90 degrees here in downtown Orlando, still in the upper to middle 80s here along the coastline on the main weather computer. It's still going to be another toasty day tomorrow, 91 in Sanford. We're going to get more of a southwest wind tomorrow, and that normally really starts to cook the atmosphere. As you can see during the day today, it's been relatively quiet. Now, Daytona Beach, it's been wet for the most part. Even though you're dry today, you've had over 9 inches of rain this month, but we had a dry start to the year. So you factor all this in, you're essentially even year to date as far as where you should be. One thing, temperatures are starting to warm up. The water temperature at least 82 degrees. Remember, had the upwelling last year? Well, it certainly didn't affect the hurricane season, but for us to really get active storms, the water has to be warm. Even though the Atlantic is quiet for now, last year we had 4 systems by this point into July. However, I think we're going to more than make up for it in the next couple of months. So get ready for that. Even though tropics are quiet now, it will not stay that way. Early warning future track 9 starting out tomorrow morning during the afternoon. You start to see the showers and thunderstorms building up. In fact, by tomorrow night, we will be watching very active storms right here in the heart of downtown Orlando. So here's the forecast over the next 5 days. We'll see rain coverage going from 40% tomorrow back to 50% by midweek and staying high. And look at the temperatures back in the mid-90s. A lot more storms this week to look forward to. Marty and Bob.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Around here, some folks are wishing for rain because we've had some real hot weather the last couple afternoons.
And for my discussion with Tom Terry a minute ago, I think we're going to get some.
Yeah.
Thomas, what's up?
Yeah, you're planning stuff over the weekend, I think, as many of you at home are. We're going to have to watch out for these afternoon storms because it will not take much longer. And that storm that's been producing flooding in the northeast may produce some heavy rain for us as well. Let me show you what's going on right now. Live shot by Lake Monroe. A nice view there. And it is going to be a hot rest of the late afternoon for you. No rainfall expected there if you want to take a troll around Lake Monroe, which is just a wide spot in the St. Johns River, I was told when I was up there. Here's what it looks like right now, a big wide spot at that. We have some showers and storms down south in Polk County. For the most part, we are dry. Again, we're going to watch out for some isolated storms along the east coast. As soon as the west coast breeze moves all the way across, the east coast is pinned at the coast. It has no chance of coming in with that strong west wind kind of pushing against it. Let me show you what it looks like right now as we fly in to Central Florida. Some showers and storms south of Lake Okeechobee. A couple sprinkles here notwithstanding. It's been a warm and breezy day. I won't say windy just yet, but 15 miles an hour. We haven't had wind like that in the last month or so. 94 in Sanford right now, 95 in Melbourne. And this is the west wind working at us. It is hot not only here but at the coast. And look at the heat index. 101 is what you need to prepare for as you get out and about toward the metro area and even along the coast. Kennedy Space Center tonight, 76. This kind of shows you the change that's going to be going on tomorrow. Isolated storms, about 30% coverage here, but by Friday I darken up the skies as our next storm is pushing to the south. Let me show you what this looks like right now. Just some spotty storms here, pardon me, but up to the north, this huge dip, you can just see that dry air riding in along with our storm system. That is going to be our rain maker as we head our way into mainly Friday, Saturday, maybe even into Sunday. There you see Thursday afternoon green, indicating not as much heavy rain, but more just a good scattering of showers and storms. But look at that bullseye of heavy rain to the north, moving into North Florida on Friday, and we will probably have to tackle that as we head into Friday afternoon and into Saturday. Forecast over the next 5 days is calling for temperatures to remain in the 90s, 94 tomorrow. Cooling off some, of course, our rain chance goes up Friday and Saturday, 60%. A lot more on this next storm system and a check of the quiet tropics. They're quiet so far. Bob?
Yeah. A few grains of sand over at the beach these days, and it might be a good place to be unless it's raining over there right now, and I'm not sure if it is.
I think they're having rain in Daytona Beach or Volusia County, are they not?
They had a lot earlier today, Marty and Bob. I think if you're heading down south of Daytona Beach, say to just north of Cocoa, that's where the worst weather is right now. It's been scattered around the area today, as we've been talking about. The rain finally starting to arrive again. Here's a live look outside, and we do have some gray skies that are going to be rolling in from the west, approaching downtown Orlando in just the next few minutes. Let me show you what it looks like right now. On the early warning 9 tornado tracker, we've been also watching some activity. You can see the showers that are mainly off in the Atlantic, but we're popping up new ones. Let me zoom in right now with the early warning Doppler 9000 right over the metro area. And this is where we can see some of the heavier showers right now, right over the Florida Turnpike and State Road 408. So this is where the activity is, just on the west side of Orlando. This is all moving to the east. So the metro area down to the airport, all the south side of town will start to feel the effects of these storms. They're not severe, but they are popping up, and they're moving fairly quickly today. The last couple of weeks, storms have been kind of meandering as opposed to moving. Titusville getting hit hard right now. We warned you just a moment ago about this system. It's going to work over toward the NASA complex here over Merritt Island, eventually out of the way. But the storms that are building to the west we'll have to keep track of, because they'll also be moving closer to your area. And over the last hour, look at this line of storms, just like trains on a track coming through New Smyrna Beach. And these showers are also having to pop up storms around Oak Hill and eventually the storms that we're building up right now in the metro. All right, let me show you what it looks like as we show you the bigger perspective here tonight. Huge dip in the jet stream, and look at all the stormy weather. There's severe thunderstorm watch for most of the night tonight. North Florida does not include any of our coverage area here in Orlando, but we will see more showers and storms. Look at the activity out here just to the north of Titusville. You can see 88 for Orlando, 88 Sanford. Cooler with the rain cooling effect going up in Daytona Beach. Now, forecast models are keeping this dip in the jet stream. Watch the wind start to whip around here. This storm system is going to continue to develop, and you can see the shower and thunderstorm activity that will pop up during the daytime heating tomorrow, first up to the north, and then as we head into the afternoon tomorrow, closer to Orlando. So if you're traveling northbound tomorrow, it's going to be wet, and this whole boundary, we'll talk more about at 5:30, is going to be impacting Central Florida for the next several days. This is the very unusual pattern that we're in right now for the middle part of July. This is more indicative of a winter type weather pattern. Everything's a little topsy-turvy. There you saw 60% coverage for storms on Saturday. We're still tracking rain out there tonight. A busy next hour coming up in Severe Weather Center 9. Bob?